Mira Business FM, Dubai's home of business radio.
This is the Morning Drive. It's Mira Business FM with me, Tim Elliott, and we are with Ajay Menon, who is the CEO of Luxe Vista Real Estate. Ajay, we're now talking apartments or villas. Which should you buy? So that's actually the question. Which should you buy?
Don't buy apartments. Never.
Really?
Ever. Right.
See, I'm surprised that you say that. So townhouses or villas are what you should be doing.
See, this is what everybody talks about, right? I mean, every agent, every broker, registered or unregistered. Unregistered agents are basically cabin crew by normal profession, agent on the side. There's a lot of people, something like
That's
in the industry here.
That is true.
So,
Yeah.
but see, technically they are right. I mean, obviously, townhouses and villas have performed exceptionally well. There is a reason. Actually, there are a couple of reasons. It's scarcity.
Right.
If you look at the numbers now, almost 85% of the units are apartments,
Yes.
and 15% falls into the category of apartments. I'm sorry, townhouses and villas.
Right.
Right? And by 2030, we are expecting almost 300,000 more units to come into the market.
Okay.
So once that comes in, this ratio is supposed to get even lower because again, by 2030, the number of apartments are going to be slightly more than the villas and townhouse communities.
Right.
So it will be probably somewhere around the 10% range. So which is going to create more scarcity, and the prices will eventually even go higher and higher.
Okay. Makes sense.
And there is also another thing is when you're buying an apartment, a one bedroom is probably around the 750, 800 square feet. And an average townhouse you're looking at is around 2,500 square feet.
Yeah.
So if the area average itself goes up by 100, 200, 500 dirhams, the absolute value of gains is definitely much higher in a townhouse simply because it's got larger area. So that is why this has always been performing so high.
I didn't realize it was going to be 90 to 10 by 2030. So if you have a house now, hold on to it, is what you're saying.
Definitely. I mean, haven't you heard this term? Many of the UAE residents became accidental millionaires.
I have, yeah. You brought that up a couple of weeks ago. But it is the case. But what if you can't? You want to buy property, you want to get a foothold in the market, you need to live somewhere, obviously. What if you can't afford to buy a townhouse or a villa? If
That
you
is a
could
fact.
get one.
That is the fact. Because the thing is, yes, it is very easy to advise get a townhouse, get a villa.
Yeah.
But you should also understand that a normal townhouse these days are starting from $1 million and upwards.
Right.
And it is by time it is going to go up and up. If you look at the classic case of of a villa, the villas are now being launched at 7 million dirhams plus.
Okay.
That's almost $2 million. And by the time it gets handed over, when people are almost ready to buy, you're looking at 10 to million dirhams at the time of handover. Many people have already been priced out of that segment. So unless you try to get in that launch phase, if you're waiting for a mortgage and waiting for the property to get ready, you're out of the segment. If you're a normal, average salaried person.
Yeah. Okay. So what should an average, normal, salaried person, average investor do?
See, the next best option was always waterfront properties.
Okay.
But what is now happening in Dubai is waterfront is very limited. The entire coastline of Dubai is 72 kilometers. Plus, obviously, they're adding a lot of islands. They're creating a lot more waterfront spaces. The prices have really gone up. Now, the cheapest the entry level we are looking at is around 3,000 to 3,500 dirham per square foot in Dubai Islands. So if you're looking at top tier developers, a waterfront apartment is now costing almost like a townhouse or a villa. So even that is probably out of reach for many, many people. So that doesn't mean that you cannot get into a sensible investment. The best alternative, I would say, is to get into a master community by a top tier developer. They will have their townhouses, they will have their villas, the high end ones, and obviously when they're building a master community, you're talking about clinics, you're talking about schools, everything is happening. And if they are offering apartments within those communities, the advantage for these people is that they can use these facilities and amenities reserved for the richer neighbors, right? And they also will have certain amenities within their building.
I can think of a couple, actually. You're right. I can think of one particular place that does like 2-bedroom apartments and 4-bedroom townhouses, and then there are purpose-built apartments as well in this place I'm thinking of. And the apartments are really, really good. They're big,
Exactly.
too. And there's a pool, there's a gym, there's a toilet rooms in there as well. There's a few other bits and pieces in there. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
It's not great for the townhouses and villas though, because they will sacrifice their own their privacy and the sense of security or whatever they want. Because and that is why certain communities, the villa-only communities, will perform much better than these kind of
Always stronger than
communities.
mixed-use communities. Okay, no, I've got you. There is another option though, if you were just to buy an apartment in a standalone building, if it was a little bit more sought after.
The second best option, I would say, is basically buy into a community, a mini master community. What do I mean by that? Is basically some developers will develop some buildings with 4 or 5 buildings in a bigger plot with a lot of amenities. So it feels like a mini community by itself.
Okay.
So they will still have all those retail spaces. They will still have F&B outlets. They will still have the much more amenities. Standard amenities like swimming pool, gym. These are common. Everybody's giving it now.
Yeah.
So now these people are upping their game. They're giving you cigar lounges. They're giving you 40, 50 amenities, which was never heard of back in the days.
Okay.
So that is also, again, I do not recommend if the number of units in this community is high. Because if you have 5 buildings, ideally the number per building should be around that 100, 120 units.
Okay.
So we are looking at around 600, 700 units in the entire complex.
Right.
That would be a sensible investment.
Okay. But just last word on apartments as an investment purchase. Still good potential. You're not, I know you're like, don't buy an apartment. That's
No,
just
of
you
course,
being,
I'm just being sarcastic here.
Of course you are. But you can still make a sensible investment.
Yes,
in an
because
apartment.
there is a reason why the developers are building so many apartments, because that is much more in demand, because most people can afford only apartments. So the reason why they're building a lot of studios and 1-bedrooms is because they can sell out, and there is a lot more demand for that than all these $1 million properties.
Okay.
So you still can make money, but provided you choose the right unit. Of course, if last choice is obviously if you want to go for a standalone building, ideally choose one with limited inventory. Like say 100 units in that building totally with all the different configurations, a few studios, few 1-bedrooms, 2-bedrooms and 3-bedrooms. So it's limited. Whatever you do not buy into a 3 or 4 building complex or a building with 3,000 units. And pretty much more than half is basically your studios and 1-bedrooms.
Yeah.
You are going to have a tough time selling it or renting it.
Okay. One of the things, we're kind of dispassionate about this in a way. This is just very kind of looking at the market. But there are other considerations when it comes to buying, assuming you can find a place that you're happy to purchase. But there are a number of things to look at, aren't there? Like, what do you need? What's your lifestyle need? Do you need a villa because you want privacy, you want space? Do you have a family? Are you happy to be a bit more compact in terms of that? So an apartment would be better for you. You've got to really consider what's necessary for your life, haven't you?
It depends on your investment goal. Are you buying for yourself to live, or is it just an investment option?
Yes.
So if it is an investment option, obviously you go with what you can afford from probably a good developer, so that you can get both capital gains and a high rental yield. But if you're buying it for yourself, then that is where your emotions and your lifestyle choices come into play.
Yeah.
Are you a person who would want to live near a water facility? Or do you want to live in a golf course? Do you want to live in a green area? So it all comes to that. And what do you value? Do you want to Do you want much more space and privacy? But again, even if people can afford a villa, some people tend to choose a penthouse. Why? Because a standalone villa will require maintenance.
Yeah.
If you're not going to be living here full time, and if you're traveling and you just want to use it once when you come to Dubai, then for them a penthouse is easier because it's service, it's a common thing, so it's much more easier to maintain. They don't have to bother about what is going to happen to my resident, what is going to happen to the security, is a water leak, what do I do?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that actually makes a big decision. But most people, if they're planning to live by themselves, what I see is the trend is going towards the townhouse and villas at this moment.
Yeah. Okay.
If they can afford to.
Yeah. The other adage we hear in real estate so often is location, and then it's location, and it's location, of course. Villas most often in suburban areas, so a little bit quieter. Apartments tend to be busier areas, so another thing to consider.
There's a slight disagreement here.
Okay.
The rest of the world, I would say location is key, right?
You think less so in the UAE?
Dubai is all about developer.
Okay, yeah. Well, you've said that before. You're consistent in that as well. Yeah.
Because a developer can build somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and if a big developer builds in a prime location, nothing like it.
Right.
Yes, that other place might grow in value, and this particular project might do better than the comparable units around it. But if you're looking at Dubai in particular, if all credibility is towards the developer, it's much more easier to resell. You don't really have to sit and convince who the developer is to the next person who's buying it up from you.
It's so interesting that, because I have no idea who built my flat. It was a long time ago, but that's a really good point.
I would go one step further, and I even look at the subcontractor.
Really?
Yes.
You really delve into the details, don't you?
Very much.
Okay, so people are demanding that from you. Do you find people coming to you and saying, I want X developer and I won't look at anything else, or I would look at that way ahead of something else. Don't even bother to show me.
No, definitely. There are a couple of developers, it's just a sellout immediately. They have cult fans. They don't even see if I wouldn't want to name the developer. He's a very, very reputed developer here. You can just blind buy it. If because their floor plan is probably the best floor plan I've seen in the entire Dubai.
Okay.
There is no dead spaces, and they think about the minute details. I could, it's a giveaway, but still, in the kitchen area, you have your the cooking area. There is a little knob you can pull down, and that's where you can actually keep your spatulas and your things.
Oh, really? So just those little tiny details.
Tiny details, and even near the wardrobes, you can see a little bit of hook happen. This thing there. If you want to hang your coat or whatever, you just have to pull it down. They think about everything.
Really? Okay. That's a USP, I suppose. Villas might offer higher capital appreciation. Looks like in Dubai, that's really the mantra that you work to. But apartments, better for short-term rental income.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean that villas are not being rented short-term.
No.
There are villas in the Palm. There are villas many places where they are renting it short-term and they're making big money. But again, because of the higher price to acquire a villa, those numbers don't really match up. Absolute value, it may be high. Probably you're getting a million, this thing. I mean, a million, 1 million, 1.5 million for a rental yield or rental value for a villa. But the acquisition cost is so high, so the ratio becomes less.
Yes.
Since the acquisition cost for an apartment is lower, it's much more easier. I mean, the rental yield is much more higher, and it's much more easier to rent it out as well.
Okay.
So there is no vacant time.
Yes. Yeah. No, it makes sense. All right, then. So generally speaking, though, if you can find a villa, then you should snap it up. Okay. Big nod there from AJ. A couple of things I wanted to ask you. We've got 6-7 minutes or so, and I thought we could take the time just to look at 2025 and at 2026, because it's kind of interesting to me. This is an industry that you're doing really. I don't mean to kind of underplay this or not stress the importance of real estate, but your interest in real estate is because you enjoy it. and you really like it.
That's correct.
Your background is, your career was not real estate, but you've come to it a little bit later. I guess it's fair to say. So you run your real estate brokerage and you go to lots of launches. That was kind of a thing that you have always done. So you're very kind of up to speed, I think, AJ. 2025 in real estate, if I was to say to you, what comes to mind first? What is the first thing that would pop into your head?
Records.
Yeah, okay.
Dubai has broken all sorts of records with whatever happened till 2025.
Right.
So 2025 has been great for Dubai. They've beaten all the records in terms of volume, in terms of value. Also, Dubai is number one on the planet for home sales worth $10 million and above. It has beaten every other market.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. For you in your firm, what has characterized 2025? If you were to look back at a year in real estate, what has perhaps been a trend for you? What has characterized the year? What's been the overall theme of 2025?
Yeah. So the hiring has been adjusted to what the market has demanded.
Okay.
It's now because during 21 to 25, 24, everyone was just coming and buying. But
Right.
now the smart investors are coming in. Smart money is moving into Dubai.
Okay.
These people have done more due diligence than the average broker here.
Right.
So they need, and off-plan is actually much higher than your secondary sales. So we've looked at hiring consultants rather than just brokers. Consultants are, they should understand the property. They should also understand the whole concept of investment and should be able to talk to these high-value clients and, have a real discussion, real debate about, what is good here, what is not good here. And then, you're talking to very intelligent people. So you have to be in that level to make them understand, this is a better investment than that.
Okay. Do you think there's a need for real estate brokers to up their game?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And I also think that, I think DLD must be doing it, but the barrier to entry should be raised a little bit much more higher. Because nowadays, anybody can become a broker. That should not be the case.
Okay. So how would you do that?
The testing, probably they should also have a mandatory 1 or 2 year training program.
Okay.
Actually, in-class training program and in-class testing. Rather than just online something and that's about it. Anybody can become within 2 months you can become a broker.
By some metrics, some people count brokers. You count brokers in different ways, but there are estimates of 100,000 brokers here in the UAE. I'm not sure that's wildly off either. That seems kind of reasonable. Let me talk to you about 2026 as I keep a cough in here. What do you expect to see in the real estate market in 2026?
See, 2026 I can classify into 2.
Go on.
One would be I'm excited about a lot of new launches that is expected.
Okay.
And then the big question or the big claim about many people talking about that impending market crash. Right.
I'd put that down as a question to ask you, but I don't know. I kind of thought, he's going to laugh at me because there's not going to be a market crash, is there?
See, and the thing is, whatever happens, Dubai is going to win.
Yeah.
Because if it's not going to happen because there is a number of launches that is expected to come in, but they are not being handed over. So that it's probably not going to happen. If that is not going to happen, the investor confidence will increase and people will start buying more. And if at all it happens, then the prices will go down and people will still buy a lot. So it is going to be great for Dubai real estate anyways.
Okay. So it would be fair to characterize you as being bullish for next year.
I'm definitely bullish for the next 5 years.
The next 5 years, okay. Any particular development or launch that you're looking forward to? You said you're looking forward to some. Any particular?
Very much. Actually, it will be an injustice to mention only one. Actually, there are 4 or 5 I'm really looking forward to.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be mentioning the names. One is H&H. They are going to launch a project in Maidan. district level at townhouses, and I mean the
Yes,
information
okay.
is leaked, but we do not know the authenticity of the information. But definitely the location is correct, and they are coming up with townhouses and villas.
Okay.
So that is one thing to watch out for. But we are still looking at something about 5 million plus
Okay.
for a townhouse. So it is still a high investment, but for that product, for that particular developer, it's a steal if a person has that kind of budget.
Okay.
Right? Then I'm interested about Mira Properties, which is coming up with that big city between Dubai and Abu Dhabi.
It's a huge project.
It's a huge project. That
Yeah.
is something which I will be looking forward to.
Where do you start building a city in between two cities
Exactly.
as well?
So
Yeah. Okay.
that's going to be. I mean, it's going to be there for a longer period, but that is something which definitely need to look into.
Okay.
Bingati is coming up with a master community. The first time they are moving up from a normal building developer to a community developer. But again, it's branded.
Yes.
But Mercedes-Benz branded city. I have no clue what is the entry level. I mean, you just give up your car now and then buy a Mercedes. I don't know. So, basic criteria for submitting an EOI.
Maybe it is. Who knows? I know how you feel about branded residences.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then one of the good ones is Emaar is launching their Heights Country Club. I think that might be the one, if anybody is looking to invest under that 3.5-4 million range for a townhouse, this might be probably their last chance from a top tier developer in this location, not going to outside towards the desert.
Right.
So that if anybody is holding on to it, hold on to it. It's an 80-20 plan, like a regular Emaar plan, but that is probably the best bet of getting into a decent community in under that price range. So definitely Heights should be one to watch out for.
That's to look out for in
And
2026.
the superstar of 2026 is probably the Jebel Ali race course.
Oh, okay.
That is going to be a killer, but I can't even think what is going to be the entry prices.
Right.
Prime location right on Sheikh Zayed Road.
It really is.
Just by Emirates Hills.
Yeah, yeah.
And who's the developer behind it? ARM Holdings is Ahmed bin Excellency. Plus Bjarke Ingels, the Danish renowned architect. They are going to bring something very, very, again, the concept is urban sustainability.
Yep.
So it ticks all the boxes. If anybody can buy there, that is going to be an investment for a lifetime.
Okay. Ajay Menon is the CEO of Luxe Vista Real Estate. He is a man in the know when it comes to real estate here in Dubai, in the UAE, to be fair. And I always like talking to you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, too.
Appreciate it. Good to see you. This is Mira Business FM. Don't forget, you can find us online very easily. We are across social media. And you can also download the podcasts as well. Wherever you get your podcasts from, just search Mira Business FM.